herbalist goes there and you intimidate him that he's coming to beg for money, you know if he came, he brought a message from a spirit. Do you think if a sorcerer walks to the king's palace, they won't take him serious? You know, it's so sad that in darkness they are able to maintain some of these things. Do you think if a sorcerer walks to the king's palace, they won't take him serious? You are the only one that comes as a pastor and they think you are coming to beg for money. No herbalist goes there and you intimidate him that he's coming to beg for money. You know if he came, he brought a message from a spirit. Meanwhile, all those spirits are servants. We worship the ancient of days. We worship the I am that I am. We worship the creator of the ends of the earth. Every other spirit is subordinate to our God. Yet our representation is mundane. No wonder I say I've seen an abomination on the face of the earth. He said beggars are riding on horses while princes are trekking. In the days of the fathers, if a prophet walks to a king, the king knows that he's either blessed or he's in trouble, because they come with the verdicts of the spirit and they had the reputation to always be right, because they function by an authority called wisdom. Our parliament is crying for wise men. Our nations are crying for wise men. Our civilization is crying for wise men. Men who can look at the crisis of society, diagnose it, and give prescriptions that will change things. Christianity is not just about singing in church. It's about raising wise men, sending them into society to shape society until God can be seen in our territories. But it will take the weapon of wisdom for that to happen. Where are the wise men? Egypt was about to crash, and suddenly the butler remembered that there's a wise man in prison. He didn't come out of the prison because they liked him. He came out of the prison because he has a commodity that you can't do without. And when the guy came, does it not shock you that they didn't need to read? He came, he looked at the king. He said, this is the dream that you have had. There will be 7 years of abundance. But be careful. After that 7 years of abundance, there will be 7 years of famine. Now, if you will be saved, you have to store 1/5 of everything you produce in the first 7 years. Otherwise, your nation will crash. And the king looked at him. He said, inasmuch as God has revealed this thing to you, he said, there's no one in your class. He said, therefore, take over. According to thy word shall the nation be ruled. We don't beg for position in this kingdom. We rise by wisdom. But we have reduced Christianity to a religious movement. This is why there is a demand for legislators. Men that can look into the spirit and tell you the mind of God, the position of God. And if you doubt them, you will see the consequence. Legislators are wise men. I told you the second weapon of legislators is influence. So one way or the other, you must hear them. You know, when I look at what's happening in the world and I compare with what's happening in church, I'm wondering, it takes me back to what Jesus said. He said the children of this world are in their generation wiser than the children of the kingdom. We think influence is carnality. We think influence is ambition. That's because we are myopic. The Bible said if you have what to eat, what to wear, and where to lay your head, it should be enough for you. So when we are talking influence, it's not about personal issue. It's about kingdom advancement. The church needs to have men that can speak to presidents, and policies will be written to favor the church. This is what the sons of the bondwoman are doing every day. They understand the game of influence. So in the Middle East, you go today, both religion and government and governance is one, because they know that you can't advocate governance without the influence of their God. So pick any Middle Eastern nation, you can paint it with the culture of the people. It's rapidly there, because they know they can't separate power from the worship of their God, and they insist on it. If they do it only in their country, that won't be a problem. But when they come to your own country, they force it on you. That's the level of audacity they have, and they know how to collaborate to make sure this agenda permeates different territory. They can use the guise of violence and then claim that the refugees are looking for asylum. What asylum are you looking for? They are not looking for any asylum. It's a strategic system of repopulating territories with those who carry their belief system. And today there are over 17 million of them in the UK alone. And they are not just coming to look for a house. When they come to a territory, they make sure they live together, because they understand how the system works. It's a system, a game of influence. So when you come to a place and you demand for the name of a street to be changed, they do a referendum. And when the people in that street agree, they change it. If they say a mosque should be built, they do a referendum. Meanwhile, before they demanded for it, they already made sure that they are living there in their number, because they know it's a game of influence. So those who have money can buy houses and put 10 people there. They need the number because it's influence. And when you come, before you know what's happening, after 5 years, they want to be mayors. And then you are wondering, where did you come? It's not about when I came. What influence do I wield? Because they want to permeate the corridor of power to perpetuate their belief system. But we think influence is about buying car. We think influence is about being popular. But the sons of the bondwoman have a deeper understanding, because they know without influence you can't legislate. Have you seen in any parliament where they made decision without voting? So you need numbers. You need men who have influence in the corridors of power. This is why we fight for this thing. And this is why in these last days we need more apostles in the marketplace than on the altar. You check your nation today. Most of the decisions they took, all you could do was to protest on the street, because you don't have the number where it matters. If you have the number where it matters, you won't need to go to the streets. I tell my people, the way influence works is that influence makes up for number. In my country, we have 109 senators. Each state produced 3 senators. That means the number of a state doesn't matter. It's the number of senators that matter. So if you have 3 senators, you have conquered the state. That's the game of influence. You can protest on the street. They will wait. When the tension comes down, they will reenact what they want to do. Have you not seen it? They come down for 3 months, for 4 months. They do the same thing, because they know that if you don't have influence, your tension will come down. But see, when you have men where it matters, when they speak, they say no. They say no, and that no can change things. This is why you need influential people. Legislation requires influence. It's not about personal gain, it's about kingdom advancement. I'm telling you this today because I want to show you what God considers to empower legislators. Because these things are entrustments. They are not a gift. There are things in the kingdom that are a gift. There are other things that are entrustments. If you like, pray from now till next year. God can't give you influence over a nation if he has not vetted your heart and proved you worthy. So there are things that are a gift. There are other things that are an entrustment. I want to show you tonight the things that makes immortals to rejoice. The things that makes immortals to be favorably predisposed towards men, so that they can put weapons on their lives. That's my burden tonight. But you need to understand the veracity of the things we talk about here. COVID came. They say church is non-essential. And I asked myself, who were the ones who made those decisions? It dawned on me that although our number is much, but we don't have men of influence. For government of nations to come to the conclusion that church is non-essential, as far as they are concerned, hospital is more important than church. If you like, argue. It takes influence to change it. We didn't have men to say it's not possible. If hospital will be open, church should be open. We didn't have men. And they can wake up today and tell you that your worship has become a noise. You think you are in Kenya, you think it's impossible. Travel to the Western world and see what has happened. It's a gradual process. A day will come when they can't authorize a church that sees more than 500 people. They say, what are you coming in so much number to do? What are you doing? And there'll be nobody to say no. There'll be nobody to say restore, because we are not raising legislators. We need to raise men that have massive influence in government, in the economic corridor, in the media. There should be individuals that if 3 of them say, let's meet at the stadium will be packed. They don't need to spend money on flyers. They are the publicity. So when they talk, their voice becomes the voice of the people. That is what we are talking about. And Satan has so many of such people. Look at your secular world today. When your artists have programs in stadia, people pay for it, yet the stadium is full. You have program, is free. You do publicity, the stadium is not full. It's a game. Because when you have influence, you command the allegiance of men. And when you command the allegiance of men, any agenda you propagate must go forward. This is why it's a weapon of legislators. How many of us here can influence 100 people in a day? That's when you will discover that our number counts for nothing. As we are seated here, if we say you can influence 100 people in a day, stand up, you'll be shocked. You won't find 10. How then do you think we can propagate our agenda? So when they are counting us, they are still counting individuals. But in darkness, they don't count individuals, they count constituencies. Because every individual has rank. And his rank reveals the number of people he has influence over. So they can count some people, they are equal to a city. And that's the plan God has. He said, you are a city set upon a hill. So as far as Jesus is concerned, when 10 of us sit down, it should be 10 cities. So when he's talking to 10 of us, he knows he's talking to 10 cities. If 20 of us sit down, it's 20 cities. If 30 of us sit down, it's 30 cities. Then there are those who are nations. We must become angry with the status quo. Some of you have divine purposes burning in your spirit, and you have pushed it for 5 years. But in 5 years, only 100 people have heard it.